Hyundai Creta. It's a car that has become synonymous with SUVs in India. It's been a consistent bestseller, dominating the segment for years. But now, there's a twist. It's gone electric. Today we are deep diving into the all-new Hyundai Creta Electric to explore and tell you 5 things that you absolutely should know about this car. Is it a Creta with just a battery, or is it something more? Let's find out. Now let's kick things off with the interior, where majority of the changes have been made. Now if you're familiar with the standard Creta, the cabin of the Creta Electric will immediately feel familiar. That is because the overall dashboard layout has been kept virtually identical. However, the Creta Electric gets one significant advantage, and that is the elimination of the transmission tunnel. Now this has allowed Hyundai to design a new floating center console, freeing up a lot of substantial place for all your storage. You get a wireless charging pad here, a good storage space here. Floating design also gets a armrest with cooled storage, 2 cup holders, and the controls for ventilated seats, electronic parking brake, and the drive modes. Now this is a really clever design, freeing up more practicality and space in the cabin. Take a look at the steering wheel. Notice anything different? Well, yes, the traditional H logo is gone and Hyundai has given an innovative 4-dot design. Well, these 4 dots also represent H but in Morse code, and this adds a little touch of sophistication to the overall interior design. Another key change is the relocation of the drive selector. It's now positioned on the steering column, and all it takes is a quick flick to switch between drive, neutral, and reverse. But the Creta EV just doesn't offer the same as the ICE version. It actually adds some premium features that are missing from even the standard Creta. Rear passengers will appreciate the new foldable tray tables, and up front, the driver benefits from a memory function, and for added comfort, the co-driver's seat now also features electric adjustment. The infotainment system and instrument cluster have also been updated to provide detailed information about the EV system. You can easily monitor your charge level, power consumption, and driving efficiency. Safety is also a top priority for the Creta EV. It comes equipped with 6 airbags, a tire pressure monitor, a 360-degree camera, and a blind spot monitor. And of course, it includes the full suite of ADAS tech from the standard Creta. This includes lane keep assist, forward collision warning and avoidance assist, rear cross traffic alert and avoidance, and high beam assist, to name a few. The Creta has always had a spacious cabin, and we are happy to report that with the Creta Electric, things have remained the same. Yes, it has the same 2610 mm of wheelbase, but yes, the floor has slightly been increased, which intrudes in the space. However, the difference is very marginal and you barely notice the difference. You can easily tuck your feet under the front seat, giving you good thigh support. There's good shoulder room for 3 people, and the headroom was never a problem with the Creta. You also get many pampering features here for the rear passengers. In terms of safety, you get 3-point seat belts for all the passengers. Now with that done, does the battery pack intrude in the boot space? We'll have to check. Another upside of the Creta EV is the identical boot space of 433 liters. It's not leading in the class, but adequate for most of the family's weekend getaways. What's new is that the EV also gets a 21-liter trunk space that comes in handy for storing small items. Now with the interior done, now it's time to tell you the second aspect in which the Creta EV has changed, and that is its looks. It bears a strong resemblance with its ICE counterpart, and that's intentional. Hyundai has preferred a more evolutionary approach rather than a revolutionary one. But look closer and the EV specific details start to emerge. The traditional front grille has been replaced with a pixelated design. Now this not only gives the EV a unique design, but it also houses a neatly integrated charging flap. The front bumper has also been reprofiled for aerodynamics, and you will also notice active air flaps. These automatically adjust to optimize airflow depending on driving conditions. Moving to the sides, the Creta EV gets 17-inch alloy wheels. These aren't just for show, they're designed with aerodynamics in mind and are paired with low rolling resistance tires. At the rear, the design tweaks are more subtle. The reverse lights, now LEDs, have been repositioned. While they are brighter and more modern, they are still placed rather low on the bumper, which might not be ideal in all situations. Now here's a question for you. When it comes to EVs, do you prefer a radical departure from the ICE counterpart, or do you appreciate a more conventional and familiar look? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's dive into the technical side of the things. Now, unlike the born electric vehicles such as the Mahindra BE6 and the Tata Curvv EV, the Hyundai Creta EV does not utilize a dedicated electric platform. In fact, it uses the same architecture as the standard Creta but has been modified to make the Creta electric. The Creta Electric can be had with two battery pack options. The first one is the medium range, which is powered by a 42 kWh battery pack, and the second one is the long range version, and that one gets a 51.4 kWh battery pack. The power output for the medium range is 132 bhp, and for the long range it is 169 bhp and 255 Newton meters of peak torque. 0 to 100 time can be achieved in a claimed 7.9 seconds. Now, in terms of numbers, these don't look really very promising because the Tata Curvv and the Mahindra BE6 do have better figures on paper. The Hyundai Creta EV also gets 4 levels of regen, level 1, 2, 3 and 4, level 4 being the maximum and the strongest setting in regen. The level 4 regen also unlocks something which Hyundai calls as I-pedal technology. I-pedal technology is basically one pedal technology which minimizes the use of brake pedal, and just a lift off from the accelerator pedal is enough to bring the car to a complete halt. This in return also boosts a lot of efficiency and range, especially in city conditions. The Creta's suspension is tuned to be soft and absorbent, effectively soaking up bumps and undulations on rough or broken roads. This is particularly beneficial in areas with poor road infrastructure, providing a comfortable experience even on bumpy surfaces. Moreover, it does not compromise on stability when cruising on highways. The setup maintains composure and control at higher speeds, ensuring a planted feel. One area where the Creta could see improvement is its braking performance. While the brakes are adequate for normal driving conditions, they lack the strong and progressive feel that some drivers might prefer. The initial bite could be more responsive, and the overall stopping power could be enhanced to inspire greater confidence. A crucial aspect for any electric vehicle is the range that it offers. And with the long range Creta EV that has a 51.4 kWh battery pack, it claims 473 kilometers on a single charge. And with those numbers, let's see how the Creta EV stacks up against its competitors. As you can see, the Creta Electric offers two battery options, providing flexibility for buyers with different range requirements. The 51.4 kWh battery offers a respectable 473 kilometers with a decent figure for everyday use and even some longer journeys. However, when we look at the competition, the Mahindra BE6 with its larger battery pack options boasts significantly higher figures, reaching up to a whopping 682 kilometers with the 79 kWh battery pack. The Tata Curvv EV also offers more range than the Creta EV with both its battery pack options. The Maruti e-Vitara in its larger battery configuration is expected to offer over 500 kilometers, which also places it ahead of the Creta EV's smaller battery pack option. You know what, Haji? With this electric, I think the Creta badge will be more stronger than before.
Okay, I agree, but I feel the design is a lot similar to the standard Creta or even the N-Line.
But in my books, that's actually a good thing because it just got an update a year back. The design is still fresh, very different from the polarizing design of its predecessor, and something which Creta owners will really like.
Absolutely true. Also, now Creta is already feature packed. So how do you feel about the features offered?
That's something which Hyundai has really impressed me, and they managed to do it every single time. The Creta is already loaded with features, the ICE one, but the EV, it has many more new features. The new steering wheel, the ambient light, the powered seat for the driver, the memory function for the driver seat. That's really, really impressive.
But let me tell you, I'm a bit skeptical about the range here.
I know, especially when there's Mahindra and the Tata with much longer range and bigger battery pack options. But look at it this way, somebody who wants an electric vehicle, not really looking for a very top or a high range, but also want sophistication, styling, practicality, features and the trust of a brand. And I'm not talking about Hyundai, but here Creta as a brand, then I think the Creta EV makes a lot of sense.
I agree.
So while the Creta EV ticks almost all the boxes, there's one thing which still people are skeptical about, and that is the claimed 473 kilometer range. Now how will the Creta EV fare in real world conditions? It's time to test that, and that's exactly what we will do in our next video on the Creta EV. But what do you think of the Creta EV? Will you buy the Hyundai or the Tata or the Mahindra? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.